Hello, York Sports Network fans. Welcome back to the Jack Tosh Holiday Classic. We'll take a sec for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Now let's meet the starting lineup for tonight's game. First, we'll be visiting the Raiders of Bolingbrook High School. Head guard is 6'1" senior, number 1, Makai Cooper. Head guard, a 5'9" junior, number 2, DJ Strong. Head guard, a 5'9" junior, number 3, Josh Announcers-TBD. Forward, a 6'8" senior, number 12, Aries Hall. And forward, a 6'6" senior, number 30, Keon Alexander. And coach of the Raiders is Robert Frost. And now the starting lineup for the York.
Hello, York Sports Network fans, and welcome back. Tonight we have a matchup, second round winners bracket for the 48th annual Jack Tosh Holiday Classic between your York Dukes and the Raiders from Bolingbrook. Gavin, can you tell us a little bit about this Bolingbrook team?
Yes, we're familiar with a few of these players. Makai Cooper and Josh Announcers-TBD in the starting lineup tonight. However, Donovan Younger, who played very well in their opening round matchup against Highland Park, had 12 points and 10 rebounds, a double-double. He will be coming off the bench because he is nursing an injury. But we've seen these players before, and both Makai Cooper and Josh Announcers-TBD are very electric guards. As there's the tip-off, and there is Announcers-TBD.
Definitely a kick out here, and Announcers-TBD was the leading scorer in points per game for this team last year, as coming off the bench in a third place in the 4A state playoffs last year, losing Michael Osai Bonsu, but they've replaced it well with those two bigs. Number 12, that's going to be Artis Hall, and number 30, Keon Alexander, 6'8" and 6'6" respectively, have really filled that role very well.
When taking a look at the Dukes lineup, they've run quite a few starting lineups this year. Now Kyle Waltz and Chris Danko both getting the start tonight, along with Adam Hardick, Braden Richardson, and AJ Levine, the three usuals.
Great block by Hardick from behind, who really challenged that first shot well. Wonderful job down low by him, as he's going to be outsized by both players being at 6'5", but he's really going to have to play well. Same with Richardson whenever they put him at center. Levine looking nice pass to Danko, and what a block and a second. Wow. Artis Hall, wonderful job, but then loses the ball, and it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Aries Hall played well in their opening round matchup. 17 points and went 6 of 7 from the field. Very efficient, but only 5 of 10 from the free throw line. That's got to be an area of improvement in this game against the Dukes.
Definitely. Thought Danko lost him when he caused number 2. That's going to be DJ Strong to fall to the floor on that backdoor cut. But Levine right now, the leading scorer for the Dukes, averaging over 16.6 points per game, and a stellar night last night. Waltz with the 3. That's a three-point shooter. And you got to watch when he's by that R on that right wing from where we're sitting, your left wing. What a job he does is he's super efficient from three-point land, and especially from there, it seems like he shoots 100%. This time Bolingbrook with it, slowing it down. Definitely neither team transition teams. The Duke like to force a ton of turnovers. Open 3, Cooper. Don't want to let that happen, and he makes you pay. You hear the boom come from the Bolingbrook bench. Levine's going to get a lot of fouls that way. He's going to charge, and he's so fast and athletic that he's able to, kind of sort of a harden where he's going to get into your chest and make you either back down or foul him. Now he's going to inbound it. Nothing. Good defense from Keon Alexander. Waltz with it. Floater. Foul on Announcers-TBD.
And already another good start from Kyle Waltz. We really saw him break out last game against St. Lawrence, a 20-point win for the Dukes. He had 16 points, and he's known for being a three-point shooter, but only took 3 threes, scoring the ball in other ways, and he missed 2 free throws as well. So Kyle Waltz, we've definitely seen his game improve to go along with his signature lethal three-point jump shot.
And showing off those shooting skills by hitting both free throws. 2-point lead for the Dukes here at home. Dukes were in this position last year, won their first game. Blocked and won, and he flexes. Ari's Hull, nice play there on the smaller Hardick. They ended up losing that game against Andrew, looking to change their fortunes and reach the quarterfinal. The Jack Tosh Holiday Classic. Holm makes it, immediately pressures the ball. Bolingbrook changed it into a full court press. Tried to trap Levine in the corner, gets it to Braden a little low, so Makai Cooper kicks it out of bounds. But gonna stay with the Dukes here in their half of the court. Risky pass. Hardick saves it, though. Levine, 3-ball. Good. Do not let him get hot. One of the best shooters on this team as well.
Levine's another junior that's really been finding his rhythm as the season has gone along, just gaining confidence and gaining chemistry with his teammates.
3-ball Cooper, same spot, same booms, same result. 3-ball, good. DJ Strong with it. Once again, don't leave Cooper open. 3 for 3, and that's 12 simple points for Bolingbrook Raiders.
Yeah, going to be a point of emphasis now for Coach Dunn. He's hit 3 in a row. Can't leave him open anymore.
Jump ball, good fighting for it by Hardick. He's really going to be struggling. Typically one of the bigger and taller guys on the court, but tonight going to be outsized by not 1, not 2, but 3 big men over the course of the evening. Nice crossover going in the lane. Foul. 2 shots. Going to be on DJ Strong. His first. Levine hits the first and nails the second. Point of emphasis has been free throws for Coach Dunn, as the Dukes struggled early, but have really turned it on so far. 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. Around the horn, they finally cover Makai Cooper over there on that left wing. 3 ball, Aries Hall, probably a shot the Dukes want the Raiders to take, but Levine answers with a 2-point bucket. Tie game, 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in the first.
Yeah, all 12 points for both teams coming from 2 players. Aries Hall and Makai Cooper for the Raiders, and then Kyle Waltz and A.J. Levine for York.
Deep 3, Cooper, heat check, no good. Waltz with the rebound, gives it to that main ball handler. High usage rate player in Levine. Don't typically see that, especially in a junior. So that means this kid's got some great talent to him. Good off-ball movement and passing as per usual of the York Dukes offense. And Cooper's gonna drive it down and steps out of bounds.
Great effort there by A.J. Levine. After the unfortunate turnover by Braden Richardson, Levine doesn't give up the play, instead sprints down the court, and even though he didn't have the advantage down the court, able to catch up with Cooper and still play good defense, forcing the turnover to give the ball back to the Dukes.
And off goes the 6'8" Aries Hall, but on comes the 6'9" Donovan Younger, 3-star recruit, top 20 of class of 2023. Great player, high potential. Danko bringing it up this time. Logan Rice checked into the game. Out went Hardick. Rice plays that second-string center spot at a whopping height of 6'2", so it should be interesting to see how he does among the trees of Bolingbrook. Braden Richardson out of it. Danko 3-ball, air ball. And Cooper pushing the pace with Younger, and he tries to throw it to Strong and overshoots it to the 5'10" guard.
Yeah, Donovan Younger is one of the 3 bigs, along with Keon Alexander and Aries Hall, that have really filled the role of Michael Osai-Bonsu for Bolingbrook. He was a factor in last year's Jack Tosh tournament as sort of a post-scoring and rebounding big. They filled his role quite nicely, both with height and with sight and with skill.
Definitely. Levine 3, no good. Chases it, though, and that's what you want to see. Nice little pump fake around, and good. This man can pretty much make any shot on the floor, but Bolingbrook pushes the pace, and what a scoop. Oh, almost goes in, but doesn't. Braden Richardson gets it, then falls to the ground. You're going to call a foul on the ground, it seems like, but smoked chance by Strong. And Richardson gets it and then turns it over. And Aceto with his chance to give the Raiders the lead. Back comes Hull. To the bench goes Alexander this time. Off goes Anaceto. On comes number 4 guard KJ Cathy. Levine stop, pop, no good. Crashing the boards a little too much as Logan Rice goes over his head. Stops to the corner to Strong, this time an accurate pass. Back up to Younger. Inside, spin move, goes up into Braden Richardson. Gets the rebound easily over the much shorter Logan Rice. And that's just an unfair matchup down low.
Yeah, Logan Rice, a very scrappy big, but just that time, just did not have too much of a height disadvantage.
Unfortunately for him, this is a very bigs and guards lineup, as there's a bunch of guys on the floor 6'1" and under, and 6'6" and above. No one in between so far for Bolingbrook. Nice pass by Waltz, way overshot by Richardson. Tried to draw the foul. They're going to call a foul on the floor. I'm assuming on Hull, probably. 22, that's younger.
I like this Duke's approach thus far. They've been very aggressive, not afraid of the size. They've been going right at them, right at these bigs of Bolingbrook to start this game, and it's paying dividends. Only down by 3 with 1:30 to go in the first.
And that's a really smart strategy, because if you get them in foul trouble, then down the stretch, they're either going to be sitting or sitting for good because they fouled out. But Levine with it. Redfern came on, by the way, as Waltz went to the bench. Redfern a strong guard for the Duke, so he should add some much-needed strength and size. Levine 3, no good. Good tip away by Rice over the bigger Hull. Levine with it again, gonna drive, try and draw the foul. Saved by Strong. Gonna call it out of bounds on Redfern. As him and Cathy, KJ Cathy, number 4 for Bolingbrook, both fighting for it, but went off him as he slid out of bounds.
And that's just the scrappiness and sort of the culture that Mike Dunn has instilled in this Dukes team. You see Ryan Pecos and Logan Rice fighting for loose balls, Simon Redford diving on it. That's the effort he likes to see.
Right now running a man defense. They're going to call a travel because KJ Cathy's foot, I think, stepped on another foot of a Dukes defender, rolled a little bit, slid a little bit. Either of those things can happen when you have the ball in your possession, resulting in a travel. .39 seconds remaining in the first here. 3 ball, Redfern, good. Tie game. The Dukes are keeping step with the Raiders, but we've seen this story over and over and over again. The team with the better record gets fought hard by the team with the worst record. And then the team with the better record pulls away, and the Dukes are going to try and keep this. Nice pass there. And what a finish by Logan Rice. Up and under, gets the fake to the big man, and then goes to where he's not. Driving right, foul. Redfern, I think.
This
20.
This has to be one of the best offensive quarters from the Dukes all season. Putting up 19 points, that'll make them on pace for about 72, I want to say, 76. A great start for them.
Definitely, 7.3 seconds remaining. Hull going in, looked like a travel. The fans want to travel. Tie game, Pecos with it, gets blocked, but the shot didn't even get off anyways. And as I said earlier, we've seen this story hundreds of times throughout the course of the history of the Jack Tosh Holiday Classic, and quite a few times today and yesterday, the team with the worst record comes out firing high energy, making their shots, and it's a close game with the team with the better record. Then the team with the better record pulls away in the second quarter. What can the Dukes do to change that fortune and keep this game close throughout and possibly win it?
Well, the reason I feel confident about the Dukes' chances going forward is because 9 of those points were from wide open threes from Makai Cooper. And if you notice, to the end of that quarter, they made that adjustment and started closing out much better on him, held him scoreless for the second half of the first quarter. So I like the effort overall, and additionally, I think the depth will be really advantageous to the Dukes, both for foul trouble, but also for conditioning and endurance. We've already seen quite a few subs being made, and it's made an impact. Having Simon Redfern, Logan Rice, Ryan Pecos all coming in and immediately giving maximum effort, I think that'll really help the Dukes, especially in the second half when things get tight. Definitely.
Us streaming you this great quarter by the Dukes. It's brought to you by today's York Sports Network sponsors. The following Elmhurst small businesses, and a wonderful thank you to Kelly Stetler of Compass Realty, Elmhurst Camera, located on Spring Road, as well as the Sutter Law Group for all your personal injury and defense litigation needs. YSN thanks all of our amazing sponsors. Back to the action here. KJ Cathy with it. Logan Rice still on. I thought he came off for a sec. That was Waltz who came off earlier, but Pecos came on a little bit ago. And here comes Hardick for the sub. Foul. And that's a great skill that Levine has. That's the second foul on DJ Strong. But that's a great skill that Levine has, is drawing fouls, and especially with the 5-foul maximum, that comes in handy in high school. This time Redford bringing it up to Levine. Wide open 3 for Redfern, doesn't hit it, fouls a shot, stop, pop, no good. Pecos fighting for the rebound, couldn't get it among the towers. And a widely missed shot. Levine pushing the pace now. All the way over to Red for another open three. Pump fake, nice. Back up to Levine. Drive, stops, pops, gets up and shoots and scores. 21-21.
And Levine has underrated size for a guard. It really helps when he can create space like that in the mid-range.
Definitely, and strength. So he's basically able to bully all these guards, all these smaller and less strong guards that's guarding him. But here's Cooper, loses the ball, picked up by Levine, given off to Pecos. Got to watch out for Younger, able to get it around him, but not in the basket. But that time, Redfern does.
Great job by Simon Redfern to run the floor and clean up the mess after the missed layup by Pecos.
Great block and rebound by Redfern. Up the floor to Levine, risky, nearly stolen by Cathy. Down low to Richardson, he's going to go up and get fouled by Younger. That's his second.
And a real promising transition going from the first quarter to the second quarter from the Dukes, maintaining the energy. And hey, the only team at the Tosh to really be playing at home. The crowd seems to be getting into it as well.
Definitely a much bigger York student selection than expecting on the second day after Christmas. As Richardson misses the first. On is going to come Danko, off is going to go Pecos. And Danko and Redfern are just going to have a conversation. Two-possession game. And Aceto bringing the ball up. Driving left, stops, gives to the trailing new guy, and one. And that's going to be Jason Lonnie. Lawani. Thank you, Gavin Connolly, for helping me pronounce. That's typically why you're the play-by-play guy. You're better at saying names. Oh, they called it a charge. I thought you were just telling me that you thought it was a charge, but it actually was. But Richardson with it, a little fumbling and bumbling, and a foul on him. Bolingbrook with a new jersey redesign. Simpler, cleaner, and better in my opinion. And Aceto driving right. Good save by Cooper. The slithery finisher gets the dump off. 2 shots, foul on Hardick.
And important to note, after that previous charge on the last possession, now putting the Dukes in the bonus. Bolingbrook already at 7 fouls with 5:44 to go. This will be really a good thing for York.
Definitely, and with 2 of the bigs on the bench, they both have 2 fouls. That's Arias Hull as well as Donovan Younger. And as you mentioned earlier, getting those bigs in foul trouble is really going to be key whenever your team is, let's just say, not as vertically fluent as the Raiders. Misses the second 2-point game. Levine with it, over to Richardson. Nice little motion. Open chance for Rice. They're going to call moving screen is my guess. Yep. His second for Rice, that's not going to be good, as the depth at that big man position is not great behind him, Hardick, and Richardson. As we've said multiple times, this Dukes team, not the tallest. But it looked like Rice was just rolling to the basket, but he decided to reset the screen, which then allowed the ref to make that call. But a little swing action, a little pick and roll on either side, exchanging sides. So if it's DeJounte Murray and Trey Young down inside. Nice. That's just being bigger. And that's Keon Alexander using his size to his advantage. Missed shot by Richardson, brought back up by Cathy. Foul on Danko. 1 and 1, because that's going to be the 7th foul on the floor. Both teams are on the bonus, nearly 5 minutes remaining.
Announcers definitely not the tallest guy on this Bolingbrook team, but he uses his shiftiness and his quickness to really get into the lane and get free throws, much like AJ Levine of the Dukes can do.
Definitely a slithery finisher. On comes Nick Dizano for the first time, goes to the bench. Logan Rice. AJ in the lane. Off the back of the iron. Fake handoff. And around the horn, the Raiders go. 3-ball, Announcers, no good. Good rebound by Danko. Able to box out the bigger Lawani. Driving baseline, stops, finds his release in Waltz. A slow release that kind of gets blocked, a bit of an awkward sort of thing. DJ Strong with it, corner 3, Cathy, wide. And Levine has it again. Stops, pops, but looks for a pass because he was defended well. Corner 3 again, this time Strong. Too strong. And too strong is Keon Alexander. Gets the foul.
Yeah, AJ Levine just got caught in a bad spot there on the other end. Rose up, wanted to take a shot, but good overall defense there by the Raiders. And great perimeter defense earlier from Keon Alexander with the mismatch on AJ Levine. Levine tried to go baseline, but Alexander cut him off well, putting his foot on the baseline, just like his coaches of youth likely taught him.
Now, theoretically and mathematically, Bolingbrook is supposed to be beating York going into this game. But as we can see, they are not. What is Bolingbrook not doing that's causing this to happen?
Well, I really think it's just not staying disciplined on the defensive end. You know, you knew that you couldn't get your bigs in foul trouble given how big of an impact they have on the game. And York knew that. They came in. They were very aggressive. We kind of touched on this earlier. They came right at the bigs. And, you know, you're sitting guys like Younger, like Hall, really early in this game. And the Dukes are basically forcing other guys like Announcers to make plays all the time.
And that's a big issue Bolingbrook ran into last year in the semifinal with Michael Osai-Bonsu, who had to basically sit down the stretch and watch Lyons Township come back and win that game to send them to the championship. But the first one is hit by Keon Alexander, a man averaging over 4 blocks a game. Impressive on the defensive end. And making a bit of an impression on the offensive end with 2 made free throws. Dizano with it, looking for someone, finds Waltz, gives it back. Richardson with it. Nice screen to Dizano. Around, what a play. And that's going to hit every time. And Kyle Waltz is on that near side wing.
Kyle Waltz in his sweet spot. The Dukes have quite a bit of three-point hitters, they call them, to free open shooters in a variety of creative ways.
Long 3, Makai Cooper. 3 for 4 on the day. Up to 12. Or 4 for 5 on the day. Nice spin move by Dizano. Loses it. Foul on Announcers.
You know, it's interesting because the Dukes really like to come out with a variety of tempos. Off of turnovers, they really like to push the pace, and that's where you see a lot of their full court layups. But off of typical inbounds, you know, they're content with just walking the ball up. They like to keep the defense guessing so they can hit them with the fast break when they need to.
Definitely, and that change of pace is what Coach Dunn talked about when he wanted to control the pace against St. Lawrence, which they did successfully. And they've been doing it so far tonight, keeping this game within a one-score game. Down low, Alexander, once again, nothing you could really do there. Nearly knocked out of the hands by Desano. Levine pushing, wow, up to Richardson and smokes the layup, unfortunately. And now going back the other way is the Raiders. Down low, tough, finally makes it. Had to add an extra rebound to that bucket. Timeout Dukes.
Yeah, and a wise timeout by Coach Dunn. You know, we've talked about the bigs of Alexander and Hull coming back into the game and immediately making an impact. Credit to the Raiders for making sure that they're getting their touches in the post and just letting them do what they do best. The Dukes are going to have to counterattack or make an adjustment to that. Maybe start fronting them with some of their bigs like Hardick and Richardson, because right now both Hull and Alexander have been nearly unstoppable when they have their back to the basket in a position they like.
Definitely, they've been quite effective under the basket. You know who's quite effective? Today's sponsors. Elmhurst Small Businesses, Kelly Stetler of Compass Realty. Elmhurst Camera, located on Spring Road, family-owned, community loves. And finally, Sutter Law Group for all your personal injury and defense litigation needs. Thank you to our amazing sponsors of YSN. Shout out to you guys. As we said, extremely effective in what they do. Pecos comes in. New face for Bolingbrook, I haven't said yet. And that's three-star junior wide receiver, four-star Kyan Barry Johnson. Uncommitted as of right now, but one of the top 5 players in the class of 2024 at football. So watch out for an athlete here. Great defense by Levine as he got his pocket picked by Kyan. Cooper with it. Inside, looking towards the basket. Charge as he wrapped his arm around, and you can't do that. His first foul. Duke's about to be in the double bonus with 9. Substitution coming in. Off goes Cooper. On comes KJ Cathy. Trapped is Levine, but he's able to break out of it. Nice little scoop pass to Richardson, who tries to go hard into Alexander. Doesn't work. Dumps it off to Hardick. That doesn't work. And a nice, sweet, feathery touch off the backboard is KJ Cathy. Up top to Levine. Looking for something over to Pecos. 40 seconds remaining here in the first half. Duke's down by 7. Danko with it, over to Levine. Pumps fakes, looks for the foul, gets the dribble, looks for the foul again. That time gets it on Kyan Barry Johnson.
That now puts him in the double bonus, so 2 free throws coming for Levine.
Chance to bring it back down to 6. Definitely want to keep it within 2 possessions here going into the halftime.
Definitely, and the Dukes do seem to be a little bit rattled here in these final couple of minutes. A little bit of miscommunication, a little bit of not making clean passes. I think the halftime will be a great opportunity to regroup and talk some things over.
Definitely very interesting is the Dukes. The only time Bolingbrook has really started to pull away is when they started to really go under the basket at the bit with the bigs. And York's been making a lot of mistakes. 17 seconds remaining. Looks like they're going to look for the final shot as they have a solid cushion of 6 points. Anacito drives right, off his foot, Waltz with it. Gonna have to watch his pocket. Doesn't. And Anacito takes some change out of it. Kathy in, Cooper off. Didn't even notice Cooper went in and Kathy off. On goes Hardick, off goes Waltz. Near made from Chris Danko. Goes off the iron. Gavin, what have you seen from this Dukes offense that's made you happy? What has made you sad?
Looks like we're playing some sad, mad, glad here at the halftime intermission. But no, I really like, this was probably the most chemistry I've seen from this Dukes team. Just a testament to how much confidence this relatively young team and how much that they have and how much they've grown. They seem to really play well with each other on the court and really know where their teammates were. We saw a lot of assists there in the first half, making the extra pass and finding the open shot. Even when there was a semi-contested shot available, that's what really led to the Dukes' offensive success, why they had one of the best quarters of the season, putting up 19 in that first quarter. The second quarter not as clean, only 10 points. But when they're playing unselfishly, combined with their defense to offense, playing in transition, that's nearly unstoppable. They kind of got away from them in the second quarter there. Like I said, the chemistry wasn't always there in the final couple of minutes, and they kind of got rattled when the Twin Towers came back in for Bolingbrook. But nonetheless, they're still well in this game. Only a 6-point deficit when Bolingbrook was projected to fare much better. So a great performance from Coach Dunn's squad. They have a lot to be proud of, and I expect them to make some adjustments going into the break and into the second half.
You've been listening to our quick halftime intermission. There's 8 minutes and 30 seconds remaining before we come back to the action. Join us here, York Sports Network. Exciting conclusion between the historically dominant Bolingbrook Raiders and the York Dukes. Hello, York Sports Network fans. Welcome back. The second half is sponsored by our York Sports Network sponsor, and that's going to be Kelly Stettler of Compass Reality, Elmhurst Camera, and Sutter Law Group. Thanks to them for sponsoring these York Sports Network streams. Anyways, York gets the ball. They've played a little bit. Unfortunately, that's going to be a travel. The ref pretty happy about that call, smiling and laughing at Hardick, who had a little stumble over his feet, unfortunately. But now Bolingbrook has a chance to extend their lead up to 8. And Bolingbrook with it. And a near steal and a 4-on-1. They're going to go with the corner 3 with Announcers. Good choice. 3 is greater than 2, and he drains it.
Now full court pressure by Bolingbrook. We didn't see much of that in the first half.
And a nice transition with that. Great cross-court passing from Hardick. And Danko up to Richardson for the bucket. Driving right into traffic. They're going to call foul on Danko. A lot of confusion in the Duke side of the stands. People wanting jump balls, people wanting blocked shots. And that's Waltz. They're going to call it on Waltz. Waltz is second. Nice pump fake from Strong. Gets Danko in the air, gets a little opening, and drains it home. Now Levine feeling the pressure, but able to slow it down after he gets through. Nice hezzy to get Cooper lost, but unable to take advantage of the free room. Over to Waltz. Announcers tried to jump on it, but couldn't. Good defense from Cooper, trapped with Alexander. Nice pass inside. Can Richardson finish? He can, and the and one. A dap up of our cameramans up top show the excitement after that play. What a play by Braden Richardson.
And Adam Hardick with a beautiful pass out of the post to find the cutting Richardson. He loves comparisons to him and Nikola Jokic, and you see why there.
Yeah, great read. Typically able to read the defense over the defense. Not really useful here with the bigs, but still able to find a way, and that shows his passing skill and feel for the court. Duke's down by 6. And Announcers with it up top. A lot of baseline movement. There wasn't a single person above the free throw line with Announcers. But now they get there, and they try to throw it up to Hull. Not there. Great steal from Waltz. Levine driving left, stops, pops, into the corner for Richardson. And he does not hit it. Cooper pushing it. Nice dump pass into Hall. Gets fouled by Waltz again. That's going to be his third. Unless they call it on Hardick. Yep. As you said, Hall not the best free throw shooter, 5 for 10. There we go. The announcer's curse works in the Duke's favor as he misses it. This time, Hall drains it. Nice trap, but A.J. Levine able to break it. One of his best skills. Can't really trap the man. Such a good dribbler and passer.
Good vision by Danko, but just too risky of a pass. Too much heat on it. and it sails out of bounds.
Nice steal from Levine, good awareness, but then DJ Strong returns the favor, and then Hardick returns it again. Over to Levine. Nice pass to Redfern, open layup. 5-point game. Can't do that, leaving Cooper wide open. Timeout Bolingbrook.
Yeah, and before that three-pointer, it looked like a vintage Dukes game. A little bit sloppy on the offensive end, but making up for it by forcing turnovers on the defensive end and running in transition. You know, obviously they got caught lacking with that last Cooper three-pointer, but still very much in this game, only an 8-point deficit with plenty of time left remaining.
As the teams talk it over, so will we, but off the mics. Stay right here, York Sports Network, bringing you the Dukes versus the Raiders. Welcome back to the action. Redfern inbounding it. Still putting on the press is Bolingbrook. Nice save from Pecos. A little tiptoe down the sideline there to be able to keep it in. Gets into the hands of Levine. Pecos looking around. Hardick, little hinge offense that they used to run a lot last year with Hardick. Not as much this year, more pick and roll with Levine and Richardson. And stolen from Announcers-TBD. No touch, but Arias Hall gets it to go. Foul on KJ Cathy here. Levine goes down hard. Arias Hall, that's going to be his second. Now, Younger is the only, unless Keon Alexander, I do not remember if Keon Alexander has multiple fouls, but Younger has one, Hall has two. Richardson with it, up top, around to Pecos. Redfern looking around, back up to Hardick. Gonna set the screen for the other big man. Three ball, no good. Good rebound from Redfern, gonna go up with it, way too strong. Rebounded almost by Hardick, but it goes off his foot.
You know, these last few sequences, we've really seen great perimeter defense from this rotation of bigs, Alexander, Hull, and Younger. Goes to show the motor that these guys have. A lot of times you'll see these really big bigs won't give much effort from the perimeter, usually gapping the guy that they are defending. But we've seen tremendous effort, and that's why Richardson and Hardick haven't been able to get many shots off on the perimeter.
Back comes Jason Lawani. Good point. Yeah, they're just very good defensively, the Raiders are. Announcers-TBD now with it. Announcers-TBD looking to take the main ball handling roles from Cooper this year. Cooper more acting as a scorer. Announcers-TBD last year was that spark plug scorer. Cooper still very good at ball handling. It just gives you more depth at that position. That's what you want. They're going to give a hand check and foul to Pecos.
Pecos known for being a very scrappy wing that excels on the defensive end. Always active hands, much like Bruce Bowen was known for having when he was with the Spurs. As you see there, Pecos
And a good, no good shot from Cooper, but a good rebound and a jump ball forced by Redfern. But the possession arrow is in favor of the Raiders, so it's going to stay here. Now Cooper has it, 2:31 remaining. Younger inside, off the glass, no good. Rice and Redfern both went for it. Neither of them get it. And see looking up top, up to Cooper again. This time defended by Redfern. Scoop attempt. They're going to call a late blocking foul on Logan Rice. His third, comes back in for the first time in this second half. But Coach Dunn is not happy with that call, putting his backup big man on the ropes. But Cooper misses the first, 10-point lead right now for Bolingbrook. Making it 11. Levine with it, got to put the biscuit in the basket. Once you see one through, makes it easier. Duke's not scoring much this half. A nice move and lay from A.J. Levine. Very shifty player with extremely good ball handling skills that allows him to knife through defenses, penetrate, and get to the rim like that. And that's going to be a third foul on Pecos. On goes Waltz, off goes Redfern. So it looks like 3 players with 3 fouls on the floor right now. Waltz, Rice, and Pecos.
Yeah, and a smart adjustment to put Pecos on Cooper when he's bringing up the ball.
Give that guy a little pressure all the way up to the 3-point line because he's shown he can hit from deep and anywhere. 5 for 6 tonight from beyond the arc. Up to Announcers, one more to Cathy. Inside, Younger trying to work, doesn't. And to Rice, good rebound. Levine pushing. They're going to call blocking foul on Cooper. Levine tried to spin out of his way. Now it's Cooper's third foul, but it seems like getting the bigs in foul trouble hasn't really worked as both bigs on the floor have one. Alexander has none on the bench and Hull has 1 on the bench. Waltz inbounding it. Lackadaisical pass nearly picked off by Kyan. Back to Levine, to Waltz, and a 3-ball good. Bringing it within 6.
That poor pass ended up being in Waltz's favor as it freed him open for a 3.
Levine and Younger throws it down. Finally gets an open shot down low, and he just effortlessly lays it down. Levine leaves it short, though. They're pushing up the pace for Younger again. He's going to go up for it again. This time gets fouled by either Danko or Waltz. He's not happy about it. Good move from Younger both times. One was a little easier than the other, a wide open dunk. That one a nice side shift and jump to the left.
Yeah, looking at the foul count in the second half, 6 against the Dukes and only 3 for Bolingbrook. So whether you want to call it a little difference in the foul calling versus Bolingbrook really tightening up their defense, both arguments are fair with us.
And Richardson with it, looking around, up to Rice. Kyan Barry Johnson nearly with the steal again. Waltz, deep 3, no good. Rebound, Lawani. That's the 4th on Rice. unfortunate because typically in these sort of games, when the bigs are 1-1 now, since they're in the bonus, typically in these sort of games, the bigs who are bigger get a lot of fouls because they're swinging their arms too much and get a bunch of charge violations. But then in this case, in this game, the Dukes are trying to be scrappy to catch up to the size of these forwards of Bolingbrook, but it's causing them being too handsy, and these refs are calling it tight today. Ten-point lead now. That one missed, rebounded by Kathy, up, no good. Rebounded by Kathy again, this time good. Actually, that was Josh Lawani. Waltz with it. Levine back up top. Over to Richardson. Deep three, no good. Waltz pushing it. Barry Johnson, not going to count. Not even close anyways. Stay tuned for this fourth quarter as the Dukes try and erase this 12-point deficit. And this fourth quarter is going to be brought to you by today's York Sports Network sponsors. And they are Elmhurst small businesses. You got to love them, and they're really good at their job. That's going to be Kelly Stelter of Compass Realty. Elmhurst Camera, located on Spring Road. Family owned, community loved. And finally, and last but not least, Sutter Law Group for all your personal injury and defense litigation needs. And as the teams talk it over we'll talk it over off the air. See you in just a sec, York Sports Network fans.
Coming into this fourth quarter, the Dukes are down 12, but also playing from behind in the foul department as well. Bolingbrook already in the bonus. They did a great job of that third quarter of really getting the Dukes to foul them in the front court.
Definitely. Now it's Desano with it, who returns to the game. Spinning, trying to find room. It's hard among all those lanky arms of the Raiders. Waltz driving, gets it, stolen. Then stolen back, going to be a jump ball. Danko and Kathy. This time Cooper bringing up the ball with Announcers to the bench. Announcers and Younger both went to the bench. On came was Hall and Kyan Barry Johnson, who has it now. Back up to Cooper. Who's looking to do something. Getting pressed all the way up past the volleyball line. As Gavin used to practice all the time, the Dukes patented ball press.
Back in the day.
Driving right, kicking. Good defensive possession so far by the Dukes. Barry going to go up with it, nearly blocked by Danko, but a nice finish through contact. This time Desano bringing it up. 14-point lead for the Raiders. Levine gets it blocked. They're going to call a foul, though, as it looks like, on Barry Johnson. It's a shooting foul, so 2 shots here from the charity stripe for Levine. He drains the first. 16 points for him tonight. And misses the second. Danko up top to Kathy. Blocking fouls. His feet were not set. Were Danko's. That's going to be his third foul. He's going to be the sixth Duke with 5 fouls. You have, or 3 fouls. You have Waltz, Rice, Pecos, him. I think it's only 4 as of right now.
Nonetheless, it's a very difficult situation to be in because when you're trailing, you typically want to amp up the intensity and sort of take those risks on the defensive end. But given that they already have 8 fouls in the half, it's also a time where that's a situation where you want to play defense without fouling and really emphasize that. So sort of a middle ground here for the Dukes.
Middle ground is always hardest to succeed in basketball. Kyan Barry Johnson, what a wonderful pass. Timeout done. Nice pass inside to KJ Cathy, who finishes through contact. It's going to be a full 60-second timeout. As they take a break, so will we. Stay right here as the Dukes try to mount this 17-point deficit with 6:06 remaining in the game. Welcome back to the action. Chris Danko trying to get the ball in. Nice bounce pass to Waltz to avoid the hand of Cathy. Zano left to Danko. And he gets the ball. Dezano gets the ball picked. And now Bolingbrook is moving it forwards. Cooper with it. Went up like as if he was going to dunk on Richardson. Didn't have enough airtime, though, and just lays it in. 61-42. Bolingbrook. Dezano now the lead ball handler. Levine currently playing off the ball. Had an opportunity for a pass there, but no one was open. Richardson nearly gets the ball still, and they're going to call a foul on Arias Hall.
Yeah, the offensive efficiency has just not been the same for the Dukes since the first quarter. In the first, they scored 19 points. Since then, only 23, and it's been over 2 quarters of play in that stretch. So credit to Bolingbrook for making the right adjustments.
Definitely. Dezano, nice spin move, goes into the big man, but wasn't close enough to try and get a shot off. Blocking foul, Cathy.
Bolingbrook foul number 4, KJ Cathy, his first, team 6. York basketball out of bounds.
Back comes Redfern, off goes Dezano. Out to Levine, pump fakes, stops, pops, good. What a move. And his signature pump fake drive and then stop as the defender's backpedaling, and you have open space right there. Wonderful pass from Barry. Even better block, but then he gets it back and lays it in. Nice move from Levine again. This time misses it. Hits the deck hard. Layup attempt from Waltz, not good. Levine tries to pick the pocket of Hall, not able to work. Foul on Levine. One of the few Dukes to just get his first foul, and he's going to go to the bench and take a little rest.
Yeah, he really came out very explosive to start the game. Had a quick 11 points, but since then held in check. Still at 18, a tremendous number, but probably wishing he could have done more at the offensive end. Credit to the coaching of Bolingbrook.
Definitely. As Bolingbrook extends their lead now to 21. Redfern lead ball handler now over to Richardson. Looking for Waltz. He's driving, kicked out. Nice pump fake. Just inside the three-point line is Redfern, and just outside the rim is his shot. Stopping on the dime is Cooper over to Barry Johnson. Blocking foul, Danko. It's going to be his fourth.
It was a bad angle for the refs, but from our angle, it really looked like KJ Cathy stuck out his elbow and hitting Danko in the stomach. So I wonder if the refs thought that he was flopping. So I don't know about you, but if I got hit in the stomach, I think me falling backwards would be for real.
I would agree. Getting elbowed in the stomach, not a good feeling. Pecos came in for Danko. Van Dath going to the substitution table. And off comes Braden Richardson. Your starters for tonight, except for Waltz, are currently on the bench. Duke's playing with 10 men tonight. A staple of the 2022-2023 York Duke basketball team is playing a lot of guys. They do it again tonight. This time, Waltz no good. Foul as Redfern tries to put it back up. 3:40 remaining in the fourth. Seventh, Dukes are now in the bonus, 1-1 down the stretch.
Damn it, that's so depressed.
Made basket from Redfern. On comes Max Bernison, engineering master. And off goes Waltz. Officially your bench is out here for the Dukes. As the Bolingbrook starters also start to put their warm-up shirts on, Aniceto nearly goes all the way out of bounds, but he's able to get the pass off, but it's unable to be handled by Keon Alexander. Around the horn as the Dukes do. They really like switching the fields. And now Dezano, corner three. Nice rebound from Redfern to get it in, but unable to corral it as his teammates. And Alexander throws it down. The big man with a simple flush. The exclamation point says Bolingbrook. Perceived victory. 26-point lead, though.
Line shoot 1 bonus
22-point lead. Off goes Announcers. On comes a new face for the Raiders. That's going to be number 15, Ethan Gay. Bernison with it. Over to Pecos. Nice bounce pass inside to Redfern, who gets fouled again. Chance to make the lead 20. Also joining on the Raiders on the floor has been number 13, wrong roster sheet, number 42, Raheem Bolden, number 13, James Ty. And coming on into the game is going to be number 21, Peniyoti Malamis, in for the Dukes. And gets a tipped ball there. Barry Johnson gives it off to Bolden. Gives it into the middle to the other new man, number 23. That's Torrey Harris, another senior forward. Driving right, stopping, floating, no good. Rebound Bernison. Van Daff, corner three, no good. Rebound Van Daff, looking for it over to Redfern. He's going to shoot the three, and he's going to make it. 51 points for the Dukes. Definitely one of the highest scoring Duke games, considering the defense they're playing against. They've put up vastly more points against Round Lake and St. Lawrence, but against a much, much tougher defense here in the Raiders. On comes Chris Panamato, number 24, number 30, Daniel Dalek, as well for the Dukes. No substitution made for the Raiders. Panamato to the corner. That's Malamis. No good. Good rebound, Bernison. Now he's the biggest man on the floor. And he's been getting those boards tonight in the waning minutes of this game. 15-point lead, Bolingbrook. Reset to carry. Cayenne, Barry Johnson. Back up to Torrey Harris, who's now ball pressed. Good steal from near steal from Bernison. Spoke too soon. And there's a steal from Daniel Dalek. Milano's going to slow the pace, 46 seconds remaining. Over to Bernison. He's going to shoot the three. Nearly got it. Over to Cayenne Barry Johnson. He's going to drive right. Gets fouled by Bernison. Now they're in the double bonus. Gonna shoot free throws for the final 33 1/3 seconds. 33 3/10. Off goes Torrey Harris. On comes number 20, Ibrahim Igala. My apologies if I do mispronounce it. Malamis, long three. bangs it in. Now Barry Johnson with it. Into the corner, up top. Good passing from Barry Johnson. Daniel Dalek with another steal. And off goes Barry Johnson, the final rotational player so far tonight for Bolingbrook goes off, and on comes number 10. Yes, number 10, Justin Anderson. Burnison buzzer beating 3-ball, Max Burnison. And as we wrap this one up, thank you all for joining us, and thank you to our wonderful sponsors for today's York Sports Network. Dukes. Tonight's York Sports Network stream has been brought to you by the small businesses of Elmhurst, Kelly Stetzler of Compass Realty, as well as Elmhurst Camera located on Spring Road, family-owned, community-loved, and finally Sutter Law Group for all your personal injury and defense litigation needs. YSN thanks all of our sponsors, and thanks all of you guys, the fans, for joining us and watching throughout the Tosh. We thank you and good night. I forgot, we have an interview. Meet us over there for the interview. And that's it from us behind the bench. See you in just a moment. And we are here with the star player so far of Bolingbrook's Jack Tosh tournament, and that's been Makai Cooper. He went 5 for 6 from 3, an impressive night, and he made his bench go boom a lot. And you had a ton of experience with your experience last year in the Tosh, making it all the way to the third place game. How do you think that's helped you so far in having such a successful Jack Tosh Holiday Classic this year?
We come here, we know what to expect. We know what we got to do to make it back there. We know we got to put in work every time. So it's a lot of consistency, just playing together, playing hard.
And as you guys face tougher and tougher competition and try and make it to that 5th day for the 3rd straight season, what are you looking for from yourself and the rest of your teammates to really improve upon to try and face, as you guys face Lamont tomorrow and then more tough opponents going forward?
Just keep playing as a team. We playing as a team. Everybody getting money, so we playing as a whole. We get good things out of that.
Thank you, congrats, and good luck. Now here with Coach Rob Brost of Bolingbrook. Sadly, your team beat our Dukes and eliminated us from the chance at winning the Jack Tosh Holiday Classic, but you guys came in with a much higher chance with that nice 6-3 record against some really good teams. What have you changed, even though you guys have had a worse record going into the tournament this year in comparison to years past? What have you guys have changed from going into the tournament to not lose yet and hopefully not lose in the future?
Well, the biggest thing is we're getting healthy now, and some of our big guys are healthy, and that takes a little bit of pressure off Makai, and then he can do what he did tonight and play like the all-stater that he is. And so you saw a great team effort tonight, and you saw it last night as well. I think Makai had 6 points yesterday and we won, and tonight he led us in scoring. I'm not sure exactly how many he had, but he did a really good job leading us in scoring tonight.
And as you guys go on to face Lamont, what are you looking forward most out of your team, as you guys are also once again going to have a size advantage? Your bigs did a great job tonight keeping out of foul trouble. How would you like to see them continue that against another smaller team in Lamont?
Well, we'd like to take advantage of our size, but Lamont is really good. They're 11-0 or 12-0 for a reason, and Coach does a really good job with them, and so they're going to be a formidable opponent, and they're 11-0 for a reason.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, and congrats on tonight, and good luck in the future. I've been Josh Melvin of York Sports Network. Thank you for joining us here on the second day of Tosh. Meet us on the York Sports Network YouTube channel right here, 8:30 tomorrow morning.